Hi friends, good morning. Recently, when I was going through some of the referral drives, I encountered some of the questions from the freshers who are just out of the college or who are actually trying to pursue their career in software industry. So I got some questions from them. So here in this video, I would like to clarify those queries. So let's start. Actually, generally the possible students, I mean freshers who ask me questions are somebody who already got selected in on-campus drive, I mean campus selection. Later, some of the students who are like who can go to off-campus drive. I mean, when they're in college itself, there might be some off-campus drives going on. They might be getting selected there, and there are some other people who will complete their education, and after the completion of education, they'll be waiting for any off-campus drive. Sorry. So they'll be waiting for off-campus drives hall ticket to attend to it, and some people will be like preparing for bank exams or GATE or GRE, GMAT, government jobs, anything. So so most of the questions will be there for who are like waiting for hall ticket of off-campus drive. So here I just want to tell those who want to get into software industry and trying as a fresher. Generally, many people asked me, so which course I need to do to get into a software industry, and they are freshers, they are just out of the college, and they asked me these questions. So one thing I just wanted to tell that basically software companies won't expect much other than some programming knowledge, maybe like Java or C. The companies won't expect much from them, and mostly they'll be checking aptitude, and are they able to do verbal ability, or they have logical reasoning or verbal reasoning they have. So these all things basically are service based companies when they are taking some freshers, and they'll be checking these things. So and for the service based companies, to crack the written test, aptitude, verbal and logical thinking is required, and to crack the interview, at least they should manage English. So no one, I mean, no one wants something like a great speakers or something. At least they should be able to manage in English. So that's the requirement for the service-based companies. And service-based companies is, I would like to say, most of the companies you hear like TCS, Wipro, Infosys, Cognizant, Accenture. So these are like service-based companies. And there are some product-based companies. So like Microsoft, Oracle, Google, Facebook. So these all things they also, and in fact cracking their exams, cracking the product based companies exams is far more difficult than service based companies. And along with the verbal ability, aptitude, logical thinking, they'll also be testing for data structures, algorithms, and compilers. So whatnot, all computer science related programming stuff they'll be checking. And as of now, we'll be confining our discussion to the service based companies only. So for the service based companies, these things required: aptitude, verbal ability, logical thinking. Okay, so no courses are like important. No, not much courses are required to do when they just get out of their college. And next thing, after you get out of the college, um, and you did not get job for 3 months or something, if the gap is growing more than 3 months, then that is the point where you need to think, because in every company when you're joining a project or something, there will be a field asking for you, if you have any gap in your education or employment more than 3 months, what did you do in that gap? So that question you'll be facing in every company. So it should be better if the gap is increasing more than 3 months and you did not get any job, you will not get into any company or something, then it's better to think of doing any course. So I prefer, if someone is doing a course or something, I'll suggest somebody to do basic Java programming training, because if you know Java, it's well and good. You might try for some other thing, something like a .NET or something, but knowing Java is basically important, because in every service-based company's training, they'll be training you on Java definitely, because most of the projects in service-based companies are at least 50 to 60% are dependent on Java. So try learning Java, and in the time of learning Java, I mean it would take some 2-3 months to learn Java. So in this time, so you should attend off-campus days, and you should practice aptitude and these all things. Along with that, it's very important to practice previous papers of the companies. You will find many in the net. For suppose for Infosys, you can find at least 50 to 60 papers which were given in some different off-campus drives or on-campus drives or something. So it's pretty important to practice those things also. Okay. Yeah. So I've personally seen some of the people who prepare for CAT. I mean, CAT is basically very much reliant on aptitude, availability, and all these other than technical stuff. This all thing, natural abilities, improving tests. So those who prepare for CAT, I have seen many people who those guys only cracked many companies written tests and interviews also. So it would be better if you are focusing more on solving aptitude and availability quickly, and anyone can do basically those all aptitude stuff will be like below 9th class or below 7th class mathematics stuff, but you need to do them quickly, you need to solve them quickly. So there you need to focus main, and also English should be main priority for the interview. So and there are some other people who already started learning some .NET or some big data tools or something. So I would like to suggest them to go for there some institutes, apart from some Ambedpet, some local institutes. There are some good institutes, something like NIIT, Vector or something. Actually they'll be charging around 60,000 or 70,000 money. Actually it's huge, but still they'll have some types with the companies, and where after you going there, um, after you going there, yeah, after you learning your whatever the required technology, there they'll show you a way for getting into a company. If you are good enough in that technology, then you can simply select it for the company with high packages actually. So but there is also a possibility that if you are not performing well there, then you won't get a job there, and there is also a possibility that you will be losing 60,000 or money. So once you get into that good companies which have types with the placements, or which have placements, so I would suggest you to go to that. So so if you're from EC or mechanical or civil, if you want to pursue your career in core, then it's better to, I'd say, to go for MTech or something. So if you um, because if you prepare for MTech, you can get into because core jobs will be more there after you doing MTech. Okay, but trust me, nowadays, I mean, very few core jobs are there in mechanical or MTech or something. Very few, I would say 10 in 100. Okay, so and along that, you can also learn some embedded systems like in Vector kind of institutes, and also CAD. CAD is famous for, I mean, designing and all. You can learn CAD, and you can try going into institutes which have types of the placements. So that's it. And if I get any more queries from the students in the future, then I'll try to post another video. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for listening.